Welcome to Improve Your English Writing, video 59, which is part 6 in a 6-part series in formatting numbers. In this video, we'll discuss a plural of a number, which is Rule 88, numbered references, which is 89, ratios, scores, voting results, and mathematics, which is Rule number 90. If you'd like to get notifications for this series, please click subscribe. Please hit like if you like the video or think others will find it useful, and check out links to videos and books in the description. So let's get on to rule number 88. So rule 88 says, form the plural of a number by adding s. That's it. Quite simple. How do you form the plural of a number? Well, you just add s. Tonight's low temperature will be in the 20s. So here we have a number, and we just add s. Computer proliferations exploded in the 1980s. So here we're just plural of a number, we just add s. In Madison's zip code contains two fives. So to this number, or to make the plural 5, we just add s. Let's move on to rule 89. So express a numbered reference as a figure. Most reference words in journalism, business writing, or technical writing are capitalized. In formal writing, the reference word is lowercase, and separate numbered references with a comma. So what am I talking about when I talk about numbered reference? Well, that's like you said, room 3. That would be, so room 3 would be a numbered reference. So generally, is room capitalized, yes or no? But we do use 3 as a figure. Now about using the word or the abbreviation number. So you abbreviate number, capital N-O period, and numbers, capital N-O-S, when used between the reference word and the figure. So I was using examples of room 3. So if you said room number 3, you'd abbreviate that word number with capital N-O. But formal writing prefers lowercase, so N-O period and N-O-S period for numbers. And using number is often unnecessary. So once again, if you weren't sure what a numbered reference was, well, like you said, invoice number or question number or room number, but actually the word number is actually not really necessary. You can just say question 39, room 7, invoice 2934. So that's what I'm saying is that if you had the word number between any one of these, like room number 7, be room capital N-O period. And if you were doing formal writing, be lowercase n-o. So what about capitalization of the reference words? So coming back here, is invoice capitalized? Is this question? Should the word question be capitalized? Should the word room be capitalized? Remember I said most reference words in journalism, business writing, and technical writing are capitalized, most words. But formal writing does not capitalize. So getting back to this, that's just a restatement of what I just said. So journalism, business, and technical writing normally capitalizes the reference word, but formal writing uses lowercase. So just more specific per each reference. The Chicago Manual Style and the MLA use lowercase for the reference word. There is no capitalization. But the Greg's Reference Manual capitalizes all words except these: page, paragraph, sentence, line, verse, note, size, and step. If you think about it, it's sort of if you're in a book, how I memorize it is that in a book, anything above a page is capitalized. So, the page is not capitalized, the paragraph on a page is not capitalized, the sentence on a page is not capitalized, the line on a page is not capitalized, the verse on a page is not capitalized, the note on a page is not capitalized. So to me, everything above a page is capitalized. That's how I memorize this. Or I can look it up, but generally that's how I memorize it. And then size and step. So all words but these words are capitalized in Greg's reference manual. And for the APA, capitalize all words except page and paragraph. So Chicago Manual Style and MLA are basically the exact opposite of the Greg's reference manual and the APA. So some examples, just using the Gregg reference manual for capitalization, because it's sort of the most has the most difference, or has the most ones that are not capitalized. That's why I chose it. So I loved Act 2 of Shakespeare's As You Like It. So here we have a numbered reference, Act 2. So we'd use the figure for the number, and then since it's not one of the, if you go back a slide and look at it, this is not one of those things, page, line, paragraph, that would be lowercase, so we capitalize it. The next example is I love Act 2, Scene 7 of Shakespeare's As You Like It. So once again, you can see Act 2 is the same. Scene 7, here we have another numbered reference, so we use a figure, and it's not, line, page, note, whatever. So we would capitalize it, and now we need to separate numbered references with commas. Another example is Mr. Smith's testimony starts on page 5, line 10 of the deposition dated September 19, 2019. So here we have, in blue, we have the numbered references. So with the numbered, we have two numbered references, page and line. So we use figures. And then is page and line capitalized? Well, per the Greg's reference manual, page and line are not capitalized. So we would not capitalize them. But maybe you had, I think, hold on, APA, have to go back. Oh, APA does not capitalize page. Okay, so if you're doing the APA, I guess you would not capitalize page, but you would capitalize line, which would seem sort of weird to me. So, but if you're following the APA, then I guess line is capitalized and page is not. Like I said, these are following the Greg's reference manual. So the last example, I believe, is the ordinance language. The council member quoted is Chapter 1, Section 7, Paragraph 3. So here we have a bunch of numbered references. Once again, we're always using figures with the numbered references. The next question is, are they capitalized? Well, like I said, everything above a page. So, if you just go back a slide and look at for Greg's reference manual, so chapter, we need to capitalize chapter. We would need to capitalize section, but we don't capitalize paragraph. So that's how that goes. And then remember, the rule is we separate numbered references with commas. So here we need the commas. Oops. And whose name is on policy number this? So here we have a numbered reference, so we'd use a number. And is policy capitalized or not policy? Remember, it's not one of those words for the Greg's reference manual. That's just lowercase, so we capitalize it. And since number appears between the reference word and the number, we use capital N-O. Remember, this is Greg's reference manual, so we capitalize it. If this was in like the Chicago manual style, it'd be whose name is on policy, lowercase p, and lowercase n, and then this. So that's how you'd write that in the Chicago manual style. So the last rule is use figures to express a number in a ratio, proportion, betting odd, voting results, sports score or standing, or mathematical expression. Use a hyphen as shown in the examples. So let's go through all these. So, or I should say, there's two more slides of examples, but note sort of the two common formats in the examples. And I'm using the numbers 8 and 1. You'd say a ratio of 8 to 1. And then you have the example of, I know you haven't seen them, but just sort of note the common formatting, or an 8 to 1 ratio. Remember, it's like a compound adjective before a noun. And, compound adjectives use hyphens, so I just want to point out that similar to 8 to 1 ratio, or a ratio of 8 to 1. Note how these are formatted, or this is a common formatting. But the AP abbreviates this format, actually this 8-to-1 format, with only a hyphen. So it would write 8-to-1, 8-1. It does not include the word to. And of course, one less hyphen. So of course, remember I always say newspaper style is about conserving space. So it's just going to shorten this whole thing here, 8-to-1, as 8-1. And the word ratio in many of the examples on the next 2 pages could be replaced with the words like majority, odds, chance, vote, and so on. So I just want to say, even though I'm using the word ratio, you could probably replace it with different words and come up with the same thing. So let's get to the examples. A ratio of 5-to-1. So remember, the thing is we're using figures for ratios, betting odds, proportions, things like that. So that's the main thrust. So when you have a ratio, you're using figures. But also, but AP would write 5-to-1. A 5-to ratio. Remember, it's just flipped around. But AP would write 5-2. Oops, I guess it should have been in blue. Sorry about that. And technical writing also allows 5:2 ratio. This is probably how I would write it for my engineering practice. I would write a ratio this way. Even if someone wrote it this way, I'd understand it. A proportion of powder and water of 1-to-3. So once again, we're using figures for the proportion. Use 1 part powder to 3 parts water. Once again, this is a proportion. Since these are proportions, we use figures and words. The odds were 100-to-1. AP would write, whoops, that one should be blue, would write 100-1 here. A 100-to-1 chance. AP would write 100-1. More examples, a vote of 18-9. The AP would write 18-9. In an 18-9 vote, the AP and the Greg's reference manual would write 18-9 vote. Interesting. The team lost 4-3. So remember, these are now sporting scores. So sporting scores or standings are also expressed in figures. So here we have a sporting score. The team lost 4-3, so we use numbers, not words. AP would write 4-3. Team lost 4-3. The team now has a 12-4-2 record. So this is a standing, win-loss tie standing. So we express that in figures. Remember, I said look to the examples of how to write that win-loss tie. So you separate it with hyphens. The last example is a mathematical example. So in any mathematical expressions, you use figures, not words. So multiply 7 and divide by 2. So you would express those numbers in figures for mathematical expressions. So that's it for this video and for the series on numbers. If you'd like to get notifications for the rest of the series, please click subscribe. If you liked the video, please hit like. Check out links to books and videos in the description.